Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys I'll be checking out Candace Owen as she speaks on Ariana Grande being a home wrecker. And once I saw the title of this video, I just started laughing because I can imagine the things that Candace is gonna say in this video. This is gonna be super hilarious, and she's going to leave every stone unturned, like I know she would. And you guys, I'm super excited as always. If you're here to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'm trying to be comfortable for this one because it is a long ass video. And without much ado, let's just jump right into this video and see what Candice has to say.
Men ain't, pardon my language on this Tuesday afternoon, you guys. It's just that is the collective feminist shriek, and I'd like to explore that. Is it true? Is there some validity to that statement? That's what feminists are telling us all around the world, and one such feminist is Ariana Grande, who I'd like to talk about today. Plus, obviously, we need to get to the non-conclusion of the Carly Russell story. I was in Bucharest, Romania. I should have been on the story. I'm sorry, guys. I've let you down, but we're going to talk about it today. All that and more coming up on Candace Owens. So yeah, I'm sorry, pardon my language, but men ain't. If you went to a college university, you spent some time in high school, you walked away with this lesson as a young female. And especially in the era of celebrities, that seems to be them locking hands, Hollywood, the cultural messaging. We've got Taylor Swift and her girl squad, right? Oh, girls, we must stick with one another. Never mind her sloppy history with a lot of men. Obviously, it must be those guys' faults, right? Obviously, look at those men. She's perfect. She's amazing. It's because men are crap. They don't know how to deal with a woman with that much power and power. Don't ever look past the narrative that is being force-fed to us. And she's not the only one, by the way. I'm not just picking on Taylor Swift. There's Beyonce. She's had moments talking about feminism. Ariana Grande. Yeah, that's a pretty big name, and she's been in the news recently, and I'd like to talk about her. So Ariana Grande, in case you missed it, is a feminist. She is a feminist like her grandmother and her mother were before her. How feminist am I talking? Well, she wrote a song called God is a Woman. Yeah, God is a woman. That is true. We might all be in trouble. I'm going to tell you why. She also attended the infamous Women's March of 2017. Who could forget the Women's March? They had the P-word hats. There were more than 4 million ladies taking to the streets, and they breathed new life into an already very powerful movement of women taking back their voices and fighting the patriarchy. Patriarchy, it's everywhere. Men are controlling us, obviously, says the matriarchy that we actually exist under. So yeah, Ariana Grande attended that march with her mother and her grandmother, 3 generations of strong lady feminists. According to globalcitizen.org, Ariana Grande, quote, has been on the front lines of the fight against the patriarchy for years, and her contributions to feminism have largely flown under the radar. In an era of scandals and feuds, Grande has consistently preached solidarity and girl power above everything else. She's been leading the way with her big voice, whether that's standing up to blatant sexism directed at her, or supporting a fellow artist who's dealing with the fallout of a highly publicized sexual violence case. Now, that's amazing. Ariana Grande sounds absolutely like an amazing person. And you can see that even in the quotes that she gives out in public. She once said that, quote, the incredible double standards that we women face on a daily basis in the industry and just in the world, it's shocking. It is shocking, Ariana. She also said, quote, I'm going to be the lady that my mother raised and carry myself with class and dignity, but I will never be any man's press opportunity. You go, girl. She said that in regards to an ex that went on a YouTube rant against her, and he called her a cheater. And that's weird because the idea that she is a serial cheater or the idea that she gets involved in other people's relationships have been rumors that have plagued her over the year. I guess most notoriously, there was Naya Rivera. You might remember her. She was a Glee actress. She unfortunately passed, sadly, a few years ago. But before she passed, she did write a book, and she was once engaged to a rap artist named Big Sean. And toward the end of their relationship, she said that she walked into Big Sean's house when he wasn't answering her phone calls, and he found him sitting on a couch next to Ariana Grande. Now, we can't speculate as to whether or not him and Ariana Grande actually hooked up while he was engaged to Naya Rivera, but I can tell you that after her engagement fell apart, Big Sean and Ariana Grande did get together and begin a very highly publicized relationship. Well, recently, Ariana Grande has been in the press yet again for a similar scenario. And this time it is regarding a young man named Ethan Slater and his wife, Lily J. Now, who is Ethan Slater? Well, Ethan Slater, among other things, plays SpongeBob in the Broadway musical. If you'd like to go see him, he did that in the past. And he was recently cast alongside Ariana Grande in a film remake of the Wicked musical. Now, why is Ethan Slater and his wife, Lily J, making the rounds in the press? Well, Lily J and Ethan Slater, just for historical reference, were high school sweethearts, and they got married in 2018. Altogether, they have been together for 10 years, and they recently celebrated that 10-year anniversary. Very sweet. Well, Lily J also gave birth to their first child in August of last year. In fact, on Mother's Day of this year, that was on May 14th, he shared this onto social media. He wrote, "Happy first Mother's Day to the most loving, caring, and wonderful mom and person in the world. From me and this little guy." And it was a really sweet picture. All you can see is an infant's hand. So you can imagine how sweet their relationship looks. You can see in photos, they seem to love each other very much. You don't often see a relationship that lasts beyond high school, and these two look like they were having the time of their lives, at least earlier this year, that is, when he said that she was a wonderful mother. But then something happened, clearly on the set of Wicked. Now, to be clear, Ariana Grande is married or was married. She recently filed for divorce from a man named Dalton Gomez. Prior to, she had a broken engagement with Pete Davidson. She's had many relationships that have failed, but I don't think Lily J could have possibly seen this one coming because according to Lily J, who was speaking out in the press, Ariana Grande, while they were filming this Wicked film, would come by and hang out with her and Ethan's infant. So you can imagine as a mother, allowing a woman who you are thinking is just a person that is starring alongside your husband in a film. Her husband plays a munchkin. Ariana Grande plays Glinda, the witch, the good witch, which is quite ironic because I think she just might be a witch. And you're allowing her to hold your infant as you are postpartum, right? If she gave birth in August of last year and she is going through what I call the next phase of pregnancy. And especially when it's your first child, I really would like to illustrate how much a woman goes through. There are so many changes. You are dealing with your body changing. You are dealing with breastfeeding. There is never a time where I believe that you need a strong partner more than after you give birth to your first child. You don't know what you're doing, right? You're having your first child. You don't know how you're supposed to feed them. If they've got gas, you're calling your parents, you're asking other mothers for advice. It is an incredibly insecure time in a mother's life. And again, as you're trying to deal with the upkeep of breastfeeding, I don't know if she did breastfeed, but as you're trying to deal with the body changes that come no matter what with breastfeeding, you then have to deal with postpartum hair loss, the insecurity of your body going from 9 months pregnant to slowly losing weight. Are you losing enough weight? Are you eating enough throughout the day to support the breastfeeding that you're doing? It is really a manic time in a woman's life, right? And of course, the adjustment to not sleeping. You have to feed an infant, every 3 hours. So that infant needs their father, but you also need that infant's father. You are relying on your partner. So you imagine Lily J is dealing with all of this, but she's still making the time to meet Ethan's co-star in this film, and she's allowing this co-star to hang out with their infant child, to hold their infant child, only to discover that for whatever reason, her husband no longer wants to be together. Yeah, earlier this year, right? He came to her and he said that he wanted a divorce.
Wow.
Could you imagine that? Clearly, their relationship had to be on stable footing if they decided to bring a child into this world. Yet suddenly he says that she wants a divorce, and she says, according to her in the press at least, that she was completely shell-shocked by this. What could possibly be going on? Well, 2 days before news broke worldwide, he sat her down and he told her the truth. He told her that he was in a relationship with Ariana Grande, the person that she had allowed to hold her infant child as she was going through a phase of postpartum, was actually beginning a relationship herself with the actor. So that is Ariana Grande and the timeline between their relationship. This is Ariana Grande, who believes God is a woman, who says that we need feminism. Why would Ariana Grande do this to any woman? It's so despicable. It's so disgusting. And it reeks of all of the reasons why I say that we should not follow Hollywood. We should not follow trends. And you better wake up to the fact that feminism is a lie. And the women that tend to experiment the hardest with feminism, who love the word I'm a feminist, who love to preach to you about girl power, always have deep-seated issues. And for a lot of these women, first time I heard this about Ariana Grande, first time I heard the story, I said she obviously has daddy issues. It's abundantly clear that Ariana Grande has daddy issues. She likes to pursue men that are in stable relationships, and she likes to rip those relationships apart, which signals to me that obviously there is something that is plaguing her from her childhood. Women, or to-be women, rather, young girls need strong father figures, or else they become a disaster in society. So yes, it turns out, I did a little prodding, that her father divorced her mother when she was just 8 years old, and then he left the family home. In her 2018 hit, Thank You Next, she sings a line that's, quote, "One day I'll walk down the aisle holding hands with my mama. I'll be thanking my dad because she grew from the drama." She also said once in an interview that, quote, "So much of me comes from my father, and for so long I didn't like that about myself. I had to accept that it's okay not to get along with somebody and to still love them." Now, her relationship with her father has been sporadic. She's said that they have gone periods without speaking to each other. I believe now he might be back in her life, but there is no question that she is broken from these earlier father issues. And what happens when people are hurt? They hurt other people. Now, of course, Ariana Grande is not going to stay with this man. And by the way, I want to make it clear, I'm not just attacking her. It's very clear that this man is at fault. It's obvious. Look at him. He's a dweeb, okay? This is the first time that a girl that he thinks is way above, he's boxing way above his weight class here. Oh my God, Ariana Grande, she's looking at me. And he has completely lost his mind because he's a weak man, aside from being a dweeb. He's an incredibly weak man. And he allowed one girl to take a glance at him, and he ruined his entire life. And not just his life, he's ruining the life of his child, his first child, as well as the life of a woman who has loved him for the last 10 years. So yeah, he is a dweeb and he is a loser. And because he is a weak man, he will of course not be able to keep Ariana Grande. Don't even think about it. These two are not going to skip off into the sunset. That's not what she does. Ariana Grande is a viper, right? The sport for her, the high for her is breaking up the relationship. She's not going to stay with him because he's already committed to divorcing his wife. So the game is over for her. She's a fake feminist. She likes feminism because feminism is a plaything for broken women, women that feel failed by men in some capacity and want to seek revenge. They are the ones that tell you that men ain't. When in reality, what we are facing today is a crisis of too many women that are acting like and Ariana Grande is among them. And that's all I have to say about that.
Wow, you guys, that was such a really disturbing one. Imagine a woman who just recently gave birth and obviously going through postpartum maniac. You suddenly takes a man and leave her heartbroken, hurt and everything. I just feel so sorry for the lady in question. And Ariana Grande is obviously a home wrecker. Why go for the one that is already taken? Why break a happy home? Imagine breaking a relationship that has lasted for 10 whole years. This is so sad. I really feel sorry for the other woman. Ariana Grande is a feminist advocate and a strong one at that. So she hurting another woman is totally wrong. And let me know what you guys think about this whole saga plaguing Ariana Grande. Do you totally disagree with her, or do you agree with everything Candace Owens said about her? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And this is me officially signing out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.